For most people, a vacation home means a lakeside cabin, maybe a little place by the beach. Something cozy, occasional, modest. But for the world's wealthiest, a vacation home isn't just a place to relax. It's a strategy, a symbol, a financial asset, a power move. Where they buy and why they buy says everything about their priorities, their status, and how they see the world. In this video, we're taking you inside the hidden map of the global elite, to the resorts, islands, and retreats where billionaires are quietly buying up second, third, and even fourth homes. From private ski chalets in the Alps to 100 million compounds in Malibu, this is where wealth goes when it wants to disappear, or be seen. Let's dive in. First up, Aspen, Colorado, the winter playground of Wall Street. Aspen isn't just for skiers, it's for people whose portfolios ski. This former mining town turned alpine luxury enclave has long been a magnet for the ultra-rich. Why? Because it offers the perfect blend of exclusivity and access. There are only so many buildable lots. Most of the town is landlocked by national forest. That scarcity drives prices up and privacy even higher. A modest home here can easily run $10 to $20 million. A slopeside estate, $50 million or more. But the buyers don't blink. Hedge fund titans, tech founders, and media executives come here for the powder and stay for the parties, the networking, and the safety of a town where everyone's net worth has 9 zeros. And when ski season ends, they fly east, to the Hamptons, of course, New York's summer stage. Just a couple hours from Manhattan, the Hamptons are the East Coast's ultimate summer flex. Southampton, East Hampton, Sagaponack, these aren't just beach towns, they're signals. Old money holds court here, generational wealth, art collectors, CEOs who inherited their roles, not earned them. The architecture is gray-shingled and understated. The parties are on private lawns, with name-tagless guest lists. A house here isn't about luxury, it's about legacy. But over the last decade, new money has tried to squeeze in. Crypto millionaires, VC-backed founders. They're buying modernist glass cubes and throwing influencer-studded ragers. And while some old-timers roll their eyes, one thing remains constant. Land here is gold, scarce, sacred, and fiercely protected by zoning laws. Looking for something even more exclusive? Let's head to the Mediterranean. First stop, Saint-Tropez, France. Once a sleepy fishing village, Saint-Tropez became the summer capital of Euro glamour thanks to Brigitte Bardot and the 1960s jet set. Today, it's a favorite for yacht owners, fashion royalty, and discreet billionaires looking to dock, dine, and disappear. The villas here are legendary, gated compounds with olive groves, infinity pools, and underground garages. Prices? Upwards of 30 million euros. But money alone won't get you in. You need the right passport, the right friends, and the right taste. Saint-Tropez isn't loud, it's curated. Next, Lake Como, Italy, where money meets mountains. Lake Como is the crown jewel of Italian second home destinations. Lush hillsides, deep water, century-old villas once owned by dukes and silk barons. Today, it's George Clooney, Russian industrialists, Saudi royals. The wealthy come here not just for the view, but for the sense of permanence. Homes aren't just bought, they're held, renovated, passed down. Lake Como isn't for flipping, it's for legacy building. And unlike flashier spots, Como offers what the rich increasingly crave: stillness, security, and the feeling of being part of a tradition older than the market. Now, let's talk about ski homes. Because the ultra-rich don't just chase summer. Enter Stade, Switzerland. Stade is what happens when old money doesn't want to be seen by new money. It's elegant, discreet, alpine perfection with strict building codes, no high-rises, and some of the most expensive real estate in Europe. Chalets here start at $10 million and go way up. But it's not just about the house, it's about who's next door. Royals, tech CEOs, trust fund heirs, people who could buy anywhere but choose here, because here doesn't need to prove anything. And then there's the tax advantage. Switzerland's financial laws make it a magnet for wealth preservation. For many, buying in Stade isn't just about skiing, it's about strategy. What about island life? Let's talk about the Caribbean. Specifically, Mustique. Mustique is unlike anywhere else in the Caribbean. Privately owned, tightly controlled, and utterly exclusive. There are no cruise ships, no public hotels, just around 100 villas, each custom built, each shielded from view, and each typically owned by someone you've seen on the cover of Forbes or Vanity Fair. Famous residents: Mick Jagger, Tommy Hilfiger, royalty from multiple continents. Buying here is tricky. You need to be approved, you need connections, and you need to understand the culture. Quiet wealth, not showy opulence. Mystique isn't about being seen, it's about being left alone. On the Pacific side, try Hawaii, but not where you think. Yes, celebrities still buy in Maui, but the truly elite? They're going to Kauai, specifically the North Shore, near Hanalei Bay. Remote, lush, less built up, and increasingly dominated by tech billionaires. Mark Zuckerberg bought over 1,500 acres here. Others followed. The land is hard to find, harder to buy, and harder still to develop. That's the appeal. For the wealthy, buying in Kauai is a bet on isolation, on beauty, and on a lifestyle that feels, finally, offline. But not every billionaire wants nature. Some want spectacle. That's where Dubai comes in. Dubai's luxury real estate market has exploded, especially on man-made islands like Palm Jumeirah. You can buy a villa that looks like it's floating, a penthouse with views of the Burj Khalifa, a mansion with its own private beach. Why Dubai? Tax incentives, global mobility, and the promise of safety in a city built almost entirely for rich expats. For wealthy buyers from Asia, Africa, and Eastern Europe, Dubai is more than a second home. It's a hub, a lifestyle, a place to park wealth while enjoying 320 days of sun a year. So what ties all these places together? It's not just climate, or prestige, or even amenities. It's scarcity. The wealthy want what others can't have. And in real estate, that means locations with limited supply, high barriers to entry, and global recognition. These homes aren't just escapes, they're assets, hedges against inflation, symbols of arrival, and often passports to new tax systems, citizenships, and social circles. Because when you're rich enough, a vacation home isn't about rest, it's about reach. But here's the paradox. The wealthy crave privacy, yet they cluster. They seek escape, yet they follow each other. One buys in Aspen and soon 5 more follow. One builds in Hamptons and the neighbors build bigger. It's a game, and the board is global. And while prices soar and locals get priced out, the cycle continues. Second homes become third homes. Properties sit empty 10 months a year, and real estate becomes less about shelter and more about signaling. So, where do the wealthy buy their vacation homes? Everywhere, but always with intention. They buy where others can't, they buy where power gathers, and they buy where the view isn't just beautiful, it's bankable. Let us know in the comments. If money were no object, where would you buy a second home? Would you go quiet and remote, or loud and luxurious? Because for the rest of us, vacation is about escape, but for the elite, it's about empire.